This comment asks, if my dog is good at disengaging from a dog without me saying anything to look back at me, but then will immediately look back to the dog after taking the treat, what's the next step? So let's assume that we're talking about a situation where we have effectively paired the appearance of the trigger with the treat. We are seeing emotional change. So the dog is no longer feeling frightened or frustrated when they see the other dog. They're feeling more positively. And that is an assumption, because just because they're looking back doesn't mean that we have completely changed that emotional response. So we want to be watching body language. We want to be looking for more nuances to the behavior. But let's assume, for the sake of this conversation, that we've seen that emotional change and the dog's arousal levels are down. Their stress levels are down. They're in a green zone brain. Green zone brains are where pro-social behavior can occur. It's where we see curiosity. It's where we see problem solving. It's where we see efficient processing of information. And so my best hope would be that at that stage, we're seeing curiosity. And the goal is not to prevent the dog from looking at the other dog necessarily, as much as I want the dog to be able to observe the other dog with curiosity instead of fear. And I want them to be able to look at the other dog and learn that they are safe, to assess the situation and realize that they're safe. And to realize that maybe if it's not such a safe situation, if the other dog is showing threatening body language themselves, that they know how to deal with that. They know how to signal to me that they want to get out of there, or they know how to get themselves out of there. They know how to engage in self-regulatory behaviors that help them cope with the stress. In practical terms, and this is very much going to depend on a lot of other factors, but let's assume that all the things that I said we're assuming are true. I might start tossing the treat down to the ground instead of feeding it to my dog by hand if I haven't already started doing that, because my goal is to perhaps support the dog in the next step of, instead of disengaging to me for a treat, just disengaging back to the environment, gathering the information they need, satiating their curiosity, and engaging back to the environment to do dog stuff. And perhaps to engage in social behaviors with the other dog. So like micro signals, so sniffing the ground, getting closer at an angle or a curve while watching from their peripheral vision, and to be okay with not moving forward if that's not something we're doing there either. It's a very exciting place to be.